Is the arena. We play games competitively. Let's see what happens. We're speedrunning Celeste. This is part 2, baby. Check out last week's stream after you watch this one if you want to see the whole thing with cutscenes and all. I'm joined by
Kelly, off screen, because we're saving the seat for Janelle, who will be here shortly. You can see my hand.
I'm Eric, Airbear PhD student, and this is Celeste. And we're going to start going right away because I want to get 2 runs in, and it takes about an hour to do a run for me right now. World record's 27 minutes, so obviously I'm a failure. It's the prologue. Now last week we did all cutscenes, so it wasn't really a true speed run in terms of the final time.
Mm-hmm.
This week it will be.
But it would have been like your best run.
At the time, perhaps. Since then, I did reach my monthly goal. My goal was to get to...
under an hour.
Yeah, under an hour. Oh, shoot, you can skip right there. I lost probably a good second there. So, you can see on the left-hand side, we've got our speedrun timer. That just is like linked with the game's app, so I don't even need to press anything or do anything. And so there we can see that like I was plus 1.6. Now the plus minus is based on my best record. I believe. Well, maybe. Yeah, I think it is based on my best record. I want to turn down the volume a little bit because that was a little loud when we were trying to talk. So I'm going to keep going though. We're just going to start out this run. Today it was funny. I got to this part and I totally forgot I had the dash when I did my first run. I did the art. I just did the room without it. It wasn't the end of the world, but it was just funny. Oops. There we go. So, this week I want to recommend a chat. It is Awesome Games Done Quick. It's a live stream charity thing with all your favorite people who stream speedrunning. It just has a lot of good runs, and it's a good time. In fact, it's going on right now, and I don't normally promote things that are going on besides the stream, but I mean, heck, you could check that out while you're watching this. I mean, I often watch two Twitch streams at once. I don't know about you guys. Can't just watch one. Bet you can't eat just one.
Is that how streams work?
So now we're saving this spot for you here, by the way. Yeah.
Hello, friends.
Seat of honor.
Happy 2020.
Yeah.
This is not going to go well. I delayed that one. So we started speedrunning because we wanted to try to get 2 in today, and it takes me about an hour. Okay. So we figured, Alright, there we go. This is not a difficult one, but this is not going to be a good time. That's okay. How are you, Janelle?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm okay. This is the easier part of the speedrun, at least.
This game looks great.
Yeah, it is a beautiful game. Have you ever played Celeste before?
I have not. First time I ever watched any gameplay of it was when I watched last week's stream.
I agree. It is a beautiful game.
Close.
Oh, how excellent. This is making me very excited to play speedrunners.
Oh yeah, so we're not only going to play Celeste this month. Okay, so that was a bad chapter 1, but that's okay. Plus 21 seconds.
It's okay. We can make it up. And by we, I mean you.
Well, yeah, we'll give it our best shot. So tell us a little bit about speedrunners, which we'll be playing probably next week or the week after, depending on when you want to run it.
I am down whenever. So speedrunners is super fun. It is just a running game. And it's like platform, and you have like a grappling hook. And it feels very, like Jetson style superhero-y.
Nice.
Is the kind of vibe. There's a character called the Cosmic Cosmonaut, so like that's the kind of game. And it feels very similar to this, where you're kind of like jumping around, grabbing onto things, and progressing through a level. But you do compete against others, so there's a race element.
But there's also, you said there was a single player campaign?
There is so it's like a story mode. They have like a competitive online scene that's actually pretty sweet. and you can play like against your friends in multiplayer. Oh, this is excellent. So how have your breaks been going?
Pretty good. I got an oven today.
I heard. How is that?
I just turned it on, and
Good.
so that they said you have to bake at 350 for an hour before you're able to use it. I have not a single, like pan or thing to bake with, so that's what I'll be doing after this today.
Excellent.
And then I swept the floors really, really well, and then my dogs came in with a bunch of mud.
Of course, as they do.
Yep. How was yours?
Good. I just got back from camping a few days ago.
Nice.
I was camping.
Oh my god, it was awesome. It was
sounds
so
like fun.
cold. It was so cold, but it was very good. We went up to northern Minnesota,
Uh-huh.
and we were like maybe 30-ish minutes from the Canadian border, maybe 40, but not too far.
I feel like winter's such a good time to go camping because then you
It's
don't
the
have the
best.
bugs.
You don't have the bugs. Exactly. Yeah, winter camping is awesome. It's very difficult. Your water freezes, so
Right.
you need to like be prepared for that. Melt a lot of snow, or just buy huge jugs of water and set them near your fire until your fire melts them. Which takes many hours. But yeah, no, it was amazing. We had like a drive-in site, and Lake Superior was like right behind us. So we would just come out of our 2-tent setup because we got a really big tent and then a smaller tent on the inside to help keep warm.
That's funny.
Because we only have summer tents, so we have like a huge 10-person tent,
Right.
which is just the worst. Like
Hey,
30 pounds. Ooh.
is that? Oh, I thought that was the end of the chat. I was like, hey, you're up 20 seconds.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that was fast. But yeah, we have like a huge 10-person tent, and then we put up a smaller 4-person tent inside that, and that's how we kept mostly warm, but very damp. Apparently that was not the smartest solution because we woke up the next morning with ice on all the walls,
Oof.
which was very cool, but also terrifying.
That was actually that was pretty good.
Nice.
We went from plus 21 to plus 3. So that
Yeah,
means we
that's pretty
actually
sweet.
lost time, right? We were in previous segment was minus 18, so that anything that's this previous segment, I believe that's off of my best.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was each segment is being compared against my best. Now you can set those to a bunch of different parameters, and so which can be useful. But go ahead
That's
and continue.
really cool. I was actually gonna ask.
Hypermediation of speedrunning.
Yeah, I was kind of like gonna ask about. So is this like a program that you're running alongside Celeste?
It's called
And is it
Live
specific?
Split.
Huh.
Go
And
ahead.
do they have specific like modules by game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, it's
Cool.
oh shoot.
Did you say you got this game for free?
Yes, it was on the Epic Games Store for free on Christmas Day.
Oh wow.
So that was, otherwise I wouldn't have played it. Actually, you can see that bottom left game on my library's Hyperlight Drifter. That was also offered for free by the Epic Games Store. So I guess thank you, Epic, for sponsoring the stream. Oh god, I love going through that room fast.
Nice. Because we were thinking about doing like a rhythm games month, probably for February, I think at this point.
Not for this show, by the way.
Not for this, not for this show, for Lump
shoot.
Zone. I was thinking about like just because you talk about tempo a lot in games, especially esports, and also just the rhythm of like when it comes to speedrunning, knowing when the big boss blasts are going to be, their sort of movement style. So I was just kind of like thinking about how rhythm exists even in like non-rhythm based games in a way.
Yeah, today I was watching Awesome Games Done Quick, and the Mexican runner, who is one of the most popular speedrunners, he's famous for he's beaten every single NES game released in North America.
Oh wow.
And one of the questions asked to him was like, so it was something about like, how come you're so good at this, or something along those lines. Like, because they do interviews with the people before they come on, and then they usually do an interview also after. And in the interview, he was like, "Yeah, I think it's because I'm a musician. Like, that's why I'm good at speedrunning."
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I feel like if you kind of have like a internal tempo that you can kind of force yourself to stick to, it's a lot easier to do these kind of rhythmic movements and kind of keep it going.
And I think also, like, not to say that musicians have a monopoly on practicing, but I feel like there's a certain sort of disposition that comes with being a musician.
Oh, yeah.
And just playing just the same damn thing over and over again for months.
Until you get it
Totally
right.
cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
That's
you a musician, Janelle? I just do not know.
It's been like a very long time, but yeah.
Nice.
I played and taught piano for a few years. It's been a while, but I feel like that's something that you don't really ever lose. It's just something that kind of you don't do as often. But with the rhythm, I mean, so the only other, and it's not really technically a speedrunning game, but you can force it that way, is with Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy.
What's it called? Eric was talking about that.
I was talking about that last weekend's stream. Go down. Okay.
It's so good.
I almost spit out my drink.
Go ahead and talk about it, though.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous game. I like to play it when I'm frustrated with a research project and I've kind of hit a wall on something. I'll play that game for an hour and suddenly feel just totally ready to go do that again.
Yeah.
But you can kind of play that game like a speedrunner, and it's like if you...
The records for that are like 2 minutes to beat that game.
It's insane. It's insane. I've seen like at least the current record video like a few times, and I'm like, how many hours or months did you have to play this so that you know exactly what you have to hit and how quickly to be able to beat that game rapidly? Like, it's just the most frustrating game ever made. And someone's like, yeah, I don't know, it's like 2 minutes and one. I'm like, okay. Have you played it at all?
No, I have not.
I was talking about it last week because this is also a game about climbing a mountain, and it also is kind of about the guy in Get It, Benny, whatever, he like talks about like psychology and philosophy and stuff the whole time, and so like I feel like there's like a connection between this game and that, and neither of them have been written about in an academic sense.
Huh? Yeah.
So.
That was
Oh,
so close.
There we go.
Yeah, I feel like part of what makes Getting Over It fun is the kind of affective response that you can either feel yourself or see in others if you're watching a stream.
But it feels like climbing a mountain almost in a sense.
Yeah, it totally does.
And I think that this game gets there too.
I can totally see that, just like seeing how a lot of things are moving kind of around you, and you're forced to kind of reckon with that.
Yeah, I was mentioning last week how I enjoy games that force you to be not reckless in a way, but also not cautious.
Yeah, they don't really like let you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it adds like a certain level of, I think, fun where it's like you can't practice this, or you have to. There's a certain level where it's like you just have to kind of go with it and go with whatever movements come out of your hands at a certain time.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can maybe like account for.
Yeah. Because like the more that I think about speedrunning, the more that I think it's like playing an instrument or learning music. Because like I can't tell you how many, like one of the biggest things I find with adult students is they're too careful when they're playing. They don't take risks like younger students tend to do.
Yep, afraid to mess up. And kind of like the implications of messing up and what all that means. When you're a kid, it's like, I screwed up, so whatever. I'm a child, it's kind of expected.
Who gives a shit about that Sharp?
I definitely don't.
It's easier for me to play it not. Oh.
It's easier for me to play if it's not. Like, that's not really how that works, but I admire your creativity.
Nice.
Whew. I also really appreciate games that the environment is so much a part of both like what you have to interact with, but it's so much of the objective too. I really appreciate games like that.
That's actually one of my favorite things about Eric's DMing style is that like our it's never just the enemies we fight, it's also the terrains in which we're fighting.
That's excellent. Yeah.
So like over here, like, oh yeah, you have to get through, but holy shit, what are these red and black things?
Yeah. You can figure that out by trial and error. Yeah, I think that's why I like survival games so much. It's like one of my favorite genres because having to reckon with the environment feels like a very natural thing that like just we as people have to deal with. So when someone very like forcefully and consciously puts it in a game, I feel like that's like the hardest kind of game where you have to reckon with like a kind of unpredictable or natural environment. Oops.
Nice.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Oh, get in there. I don't want to die to this ghost. Ooh, that was a little close for comfort. Alright.
Would you consider Nidhogg a speedrunning game of sorts?
To me, when I think of speedrunning, I'm thinking specifically of games where, like, oh, shoot. I knew it. I was too low. Okay, I've been thinking of games where, like, you're trying to beat a time. Right? So, like here I'm trying to beat my personal time.
Right.
But it's like, most speedrunning games I would say, like, your game Speedrunners is definitely an exception to this. I guess your game, like as though you did it. The game that we're going to play that you have recommended is a little different than this. Gotta go fast here. Shoot, I'm gonna die. I was too slow. But like most speedrunning titles are not actually designed to be competitive games or to be like run in the way that they typically are run, right?
Right.
Whereas Nidhogg, we're just fighting each other. So that's why it was part of Fighting Game Month, right?
Right.
See, the way that he slows down the screen kind of messed me up there.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, nice try. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's so
Man,
good.
you were so close to...
what was my time on that one? 8:48. Okay, under sub 9 on this. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just salty on your behalf because you were so close to finishing that screen and then you got nabbed at the end. So.
That was my own fault. If I had ducked at the end instead of jumped, I would have had it. But that's so like you gotta blame yourself first and foremost. The only thing I don't like is that this game kind of has relatively to other games loose directional inputs. It's hard to do the directional inputs on the analog stick, which is unfortunately how I've decided to play like a fool.
Do you feel that it would be easier on a keyboard?
Some people do play on a keyboard. The world record holder right now played on a keyboard, but oh shoot. But personally, I just started playing it with the analog stick, and now it's kind of hard to do anything else. If I had a PS4 controller, I would do that. But I don't really want to spend my life on the little D-pad that the Xbox controller has.
I mean, you could borrow my... I have two now. I got one for Christmas.
Nice.
Oh, wait. So this part is where the wind gets introduced, and...
Oh, that's cool.
The wind is cool. It is also... It changes the rules of the game in a sense, because like now none of your jumps or anything do what you expect them to do, right?
So do you feel like resistance as you jump and move forward into the wind?
Not in the sense of like your controller isn't, but like mentally, absolutely. Because like I'm like I hold the buttons down way harder, right? Because I'm like I gotta move through this wind. Last week we died like a couple times in this part, which is funny because it's one of the easiest parts of the level. Alright, there we go. And so yeah, I like the wind as a concept, but for speedrunning purposes, it's like when the controls are just suddenly different than what you're used to, right? Because like that's really what it is, right? Suddenly, like on this screen, there's this particle effect, right? That's indicating but really what it means is that like when I'm moving in one direction or in both directions, just it's different.
Yeah. That's part of what makes that other game Speedrunner so fun, is that you have like power-ups and tools and stuff that you can use to either accelerate or change your own movements or to affect the movements of others.
Yeah, because you can like grappling hook your opponents, right?
Yep, you can sling a grappling hook and pull your opponent back behind you. Which is pretty cool.
I think I saw a donkey play that. Oh, I didn't jump there, but I still made it. Okay.
Man, that was very good.
Thank you. Doing my best out here. Still way slower than than at least the world record. But even just a lot of people really like speedrunning this game. Like for instance, I've hit my goal. My goal for the month was to beat the game in under an hour. Now I've done that, which is go me, right? But
Yeah.
that only puts me at like 800th place on speedrun.com. So this is a very popular speedrunning title.
That's so interesting.
And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. I think part of it has to do with oh shoot. That's the first time I've died on this stream in a long time. I'm worried now because like the timing is actually different depending on if you died or if you just entered the room.
Oh, interesting.
And so like for instance in this room the wind dies down, and so like the timing is it's like, oh shoot, that was just objectively wrong what I just did. So what I want to do is I want to get to the spring before that one, because then the wind will carry me over there, and then I want to wait because then I have to go left, and then the wind will pick back up. But now it doesn't really matter because I can make it with or without the wind. And now the wind really picks up. Oh.
This reminds me so much of Rise of the Tomb Raider. Wind is like #1 enemy in that game.
Got that first try, which is good. Oh.
Oh.
I'm waiting for the snowballs to come and wreck my day.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, woof.
Hashtag get wrecked. Nice save.
Situational adjustments, baby.
I talked about situational adjustments with a coworker yesterday in regards to when you make exceptions for rescheduling lessons.
I love that. Oh, that's excellent.
Because it's a season where everyone gets sick, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So...
Oh, no, don't go up.
Everyone gets sick,
thank goodness.
kids
My
are on
timing was a
break, and
little
they
weird
don't
that
want to
time.
come to class. Say, but I'm on break. Like, yes, I am not. Hello, I still need your mom's paycheck. Oh. Ooh.
Last screen. Let's see how well we can do here. Oh!
Ah,
Oh wow.
Ripperoni.
Is it like Chef Boyardee ripperoni?
Yeah. Maybe. Did you get his single strawberry?
Do I need to? That was a good
Yeah,
run.
That was.
Minus
Nice.
1 minute on previous segment,
Holy
so
shit.
got to keep.
Hey.
All right. So we're 10 seconds. I would like to finish chapter 3, but sub 15 minutes. Chapter 4, sub 20, and we're only 10 seconds off from finishing chapter 4, sub 20. So that was pretty good.
That's
Let's see if
not
we can do
bad.
chapter 5, sub 30, which is possible.
So is 30-38 your record from the last run?
That's from my best run.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not my last run, unfortunately.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it just worked out like every time it's better.
It was like that for a while, because I was improving by like 30 minutes plus every time when I first started. Because my first run was 5 hours and 40 minutes, but that was without cutscenes. Second run was was 4 hours, but that was also without cutscenes. And then I went down to like 2 something, but that was without cutscenes for once. This room, the timing gets way worse.
Yeah.
Wow. That's rough.
Alright, wait. Just wait a second. Okay. And then just run to the spikes. Maybe I need to go faster? If I just, like, leave the room and do this.
Nice.
So that's what I mean. So the timing is different whether you just died in the room or if you just entered the room.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so that's why I was having trouble there, is because I haven't died in that room in a while. And so that means I've forgotten kind of the timing. Oh, yeah. Here's just a funny glitch. It won't work, but oh, I got killed. That's funny. So if you skip the cutscene, it like kind of places you like to the left a little bit, and so you can end up in that little alcove that you saw with the switch.
Yeah.
But that time I got stuck in the wall. What's funny there is that I got stuck in the wall. Oh shoot!
Oh.
I got stuck in the wall earlier today, and yesterday, and on my last couple runs doing that. I have yet to actually do the trick successfully. Not that it really matters. It's a trick that saves very little time, because ultimately all you're doing is like saving like a single jump and stuff. Unlike the skip that you guys saw me do last week in the same level, which is like saves a ton of time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The one where, ooh, what? I didn't mean to do it that way. Girl, you need to get up. All right, thank you.
Cool. I think it'll be really interesting as we kind of go through this month of speedrunning to see kind of what genre conventions just kind of seem to exist across different games. Like, how can we qualify X game as a speedrunning game based on...
It's a speedrunning game because I say so.
Because I say so, and I am
mean,
definitive genre master.
I mean, I think that there's like a little bit of a... It's kind of tricky. So I say like any game pretty much outside of like League of Legends can be a speedrunning game.
Dota.
Sure. Speedrun Dota. 7 hours later.
I mean, I guess like just because I've been playing way too much Hearthstone, like speedrun just getting to rank 1 in its way.
That is, people
Yes.
have speedrun getting to getting to legend, which is you're slightly off with rank 1, because rank 1, once you beat rank 1, you go to legend, and then it's like an MMR system, which is fine. You don't know that, and that's okay. I've never been to rank 1. I was 1 win away once, and then I lost a bunch, which is fine. I've never really made it my goal. So like that was actually I was almost rank 1 on accident, not on accident, but just playing for fun.
You gotta play a shitload to get to rank 1.
You do have to play quite a bit, but you also maintain
a win streak and.
You maintain your ranks through months. So like you lose rank at the start of the month, but like so if you were, let's say you were rank 1 last month, you start rank 5. So you don't go. You used to go all the way back to rank 20 something, which was really annoying because then every month you had to play a lot of games. But now, like, I have to play a lot less games to get to rank 5 because I typically reach like rank 3 or 4 every month because like I'll reach rank 5 and then I'll just play for fun. So like, doesn't mean that like I'm not. I hate this room. One second. I've been dying in that room quite a bit lately, so I'm glad not to die. Yeah, those little squid guys are gonna start chasing me around this whole level. Yeah. Oh shoot.
Ooh.
Easy peasy. This one, it's hard to get him to go up and hit that switch, so as we noted last week, these squids are an extension of ourselves, and as such, they can click the little things.
Oh.
At least, it makes sense to me. Oh,
Sure.
whoa.
Oh, whoa.
Normally
Wow.
I just boot that guy, but I guess not this time.
That was incredible.
That was amazing.
Situational adjustment. Yeah, get out of here.
Hashtag Clockmore.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
It's an Afro thing, Janelle. We'll tell you when you're older.
I love that. Dude, the music makes us very spooky.
I agree. I love the music in this game. I think it's great. I was telling Kelly last week that I have this stuff on Beat Saber.
Nice.
Or at least some of it. My wife and I got a VR system for each other
right.
for Christmas.
That's excellent.
Alright, good. I still got it. And that's the skips. Normally, you watched that part last week, or did you not get that far?
Oh, sorry.
I don't know that. No, maybe I did. I think I did.
So basically, you're supposed to collect 2 keys there.
Uh-huh.
But instead, if you do that jump that I just did, which is partially, I don't know if I don't know how often. What the heck? All right. Well, now I need to focus for a sec. It's like I actually died here earlier today. Shoot. So I used to just be able to just jump on his head, but I don't know what changed. There we go.
Nice.
Like, you know, you'll accidentally change like something you do every time, and then it suddenly becomes way more difficult. It's gonna be really annoying. Nope. Oh, that was a good turn left. Right, that's for sure. Anyways, you're supposed to collect 2 keys there, and we just don't. Oh, I figured out a new trick for working with
Theo?
Working with Theo here is if you do this trick, like where I basically have already used it the times I really use it. I still need to learn how to do it better, but like that, you can like maintain a high speed while carrying him. Ugh.
Oh, that's really cool.
Come here. Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
I knew I was gonna die when I didn't hit the corner or hit the super boost the way that I wanted to.
What?
I hate you, Squid.
That was sweet.
I'm just glad I didn't die twice on that one. Come here.
You can throw him at him. That's great.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I did that wrong. I think you're supposed to throw Theo up there. Oh, well, I didn't do it again, so. Whoops.
Nice.
Run. Yay.
Ooh.
Alright, puzzle room. Oh, no, you have to go out there. I have to carry you everywhere.
This feels very
Escort
much...
mission.
Yeah, right? This feels very much like
No!
Ooh.
Sorry.
That part in Ocarina where you gotta carry the princess around.
Well, no.
That's exactly what this feels like.
I forgot about that one. Why did you have to give me those more flashbacks?
Just horrible flashbacks to like the worst time.
Carry me and then
Wow,
I'll be
I
engaged to you.
beat
That
those
was
guys
beautiful.
up that round.
And I'm like,
Jeez.
this is not how that should work.
Yeah.
There are issues here.
So close. Not really. I said it just to try and make both of us feel better.
How'd you get in here?
Get bonked.
Alright, last room. Hopefully we can do this okay. One useful thing is you can throw Theo there.
That's nice.
Oh, it looks like we lost the track. Okay. So now the thing is that we can do is when we see the sound waves, we try to dash through them because we save a little bit of time. Because normally they push you back, but if you're dashing, they won't. Oh, we lost somebody. See, like, yeah, you're seeing how it's thrown.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Hey, we didn't do our best, but hey, we didn't lose too much time. And we're 30 minutes on the dot. I'll count that as not sub 30, but that's 30.
I mean, that's very good. Objectively very good.
Well, we'll see how we do on chapter 6 here. This is where things get murky on chapter 6 and 7 because they're the most difficult ones.
Yeah.
But we're doing pretty good on time because it's 33, so we're only... So, I guess I shouldn't ask this on air, but wow, okay, there we go. Are you guys okay with possibly going over by probably like 5 to 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oop.
Very cool.
I mean, all I have to do is feed my dogs and get some pots and pans. And by pots and pans, I mean just baking trays. I don't know kitchen stuff.
So do you not know what the plot is right now? Do you want me to explain that to you?
Yeah,
Janelle?
sure.
So basically, there's Badeline, who was chasing us earlier, and we just had a talk with her, and we were like, we don't need you anymore, basically, like saying we don't need the depression anymore or whatever.
Okay.
And because Badeline basically kind of represents depression in this game.
Okay.
And Badeline was like, you know what? I'll just send you to the core of the earth. So she threw us down all the way down here. Hold on, this part's tough. Okay.
Hey.
That was nice.
Saves time, you gotta do it. That's like the speedrunner. Anyway, so back to the subject of the genre of speedrunning. I really think any game can be a speedrunning game as least as long as it's like a single player game, or there's like, you know, where like you can race against other people, right?
Yeah.
Like I think games with a lot of RNG probably work worse as speedrunning games. But I've even seen like in awesome games done quick and other things, like games like Spelunky or Binding of Isaac get speedruns. You know, they typically are based on like a particular seed or something.
Yeah.
So like they're less conducive for the speedrunning for that reason. But I think there's a difference between like just any game can be speedrun, right? Like you can speedrun pod racing for the Nintendo 64, right?
Sure, yeah.
Or Super Smash Brothers or something. There's a difference between that and like I think a game that's good for speedrunning, right? Like, okay, we can. This is not ideal. Okay, we're supposed to just fly through that. And so like I'm interested in like what makes a good speedrunning, and I think one of the first things that makes a good speedrunning game is like some degree of non-trivial difficulty, right? So like I wouldn't really want to speedrun like, I don't know, like some Blue's Clues game or something, right? Like something where like it doesn't feel like there's
some sort of challenge to it.
Yeah. But you know, and like challenge that like can be mastered, right? So like games like that are really popular to speedrun are like this, which I think is considered. I don't know if it's like a super difficult game, but this is definitely considered like a difficult game by some people. So like this, like Dark Souls games are really popular speedrunning titles. And so I don't think difficulty is necessary though. Like for instance, I think the Super Mario Bros. Games are actually... I don't even know what I was trying to do there. They're, like, nostalgia obviously plays a huge role in a lot of titles as well.
Absolutely.
It's like people are like, I just really like Sonic the Hedgehog, you know? Some of the speedrun Sonic games.
I say like Sonic games, they're just wrong.
You can,
like just overall. Across the board, no.
Okay. Oh, what? I didn't know that existed. Well, I didn't make up for it. Okay. We got this. I need to focus for a second. Why? Okay, so I'm trying to do a diagonal there. That's what I'm talking about with the analog stick. Where, like, I'm kind of not doing a diagonal. I blame myself. But it's harder to tell, you know, on an analog stick. But, you know, I only have myself to blame. The thing is with the Xbox controller, the D-pad is kind of just small. It's just not a very good D-pad for this. Go up. Okay.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been doing that part faster than normal, which means that I have to do the final part in a different sequence than I'm used to. So now we're gonna go. So the old lady just gave us advice. She's like, you know, why don't you go talk to her? She's scared. And so we're like, okay, we're gonna go confront ourselves. The Badeline, because our name is Madeline.
I
right?
love Badeline and Madeline. I think that's excellent.
Just so we're clear for the audience, Badeline is not the canon name. I don't think she has a canon name.
Oh, okay.
It's just the community name for her.
Missed opportunity, because that's great.
Oh,
So close. Got that my first try earlier today. It's tricky though.
I think another aspect that makes a game speedrunnable is easy character death in a way, like where dying, like there's repercussions, but it's not like you're sent to the beginning and now you have to redo the entire thing.
Sorry that I didn't do the cool speedrun strat.
Although that is true for getting over it.
Yes.
So I see what you mean though, because other speedrunning games or games that are often speedrun, it's like if you screw up, it's not going to be monumental, but you will have to repeat what is probably a very stressful or frustrating screen or level or something. It's like, I think getting over it is like designed to hurt. Like just of playing, of thinking about it, of having it. Whereas other speedrunning games, I think, are far more generous. I think you're right though. Pretty much anything that I think has some kind of like, you could arguably speedrun almost any platformer. If there's some kind of like environmentally
And platforming games are pretty popular.
It's true.
So are Metroidvania games. Continue though with the idea the thought that you were having.
I guess just if it has some kind of like environmentally driven difficulty, I feel like it lends itself to being speedrun. Because that is its own kind of mastery that in a game like this, The environment is obviously like part of the narrative. But even in games, I guess like Tomb Raider has some pretty solid speed runs, and like I think because you can die so easily, but it's all environmentally driven, it's easy to kind of focus and say like, this is how I can do this successfully, because you're relying on a stable environment, if that makes sense.
Yep. Also, same thing with I think this is true for a lot of platformers as well, is like the it's not always the same environment. So you're not conquering the same thing. Because like, I mean, I always bitch about the Wordle levels in Zelda games, but like, it's a thing to master. Just like I'm sure people bitch about the wind level in this one.
Of course, yeah.
But it's a different mechanic and like physics to master.
Which I always love. Like I find that, to use Dave's term, I find that a means of like expressing your skill. It's like I know how to adjust to these different environmental demands. So like I know how to play in a cold climate where I have to, like my character responds to the climate in some capacity. I know I have to do things differently. As opposed to something where it's like, oh, I'm in a very stable environment where like the same core things are gonna happen. You can just kind of like tailor it that way.
Nope. Oh god. That becomes really dangerous because she starts throwing the balls again, and that's and I hate the balls. I like the laser ray a lot. The laser ray I can deal with, but oh jeez. Up and over.
It's very Medusa-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it.
She's kind of crazy looking.
This actually reminds me a lot of the Medusa battle from Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I never finished an Assassin's Creed
I did
game.
you a favor.
I have finished every single Assassin's Creed game.
Nice.
But I'm a crazy person. Don't be like me.
Yep.
That's probably my favorite game series, though.
Yes.
Nice.
Getting that room on my first try is always good. I always get it on second try, almost always, but I almost always fail first try. No. I was so worried about the ball, I didn't see the spikes. I knew about them, but oh, that was okay. Got it. I got it. This happens. It's almost like when this happens, you have to like relearn how to beat the level.
Yeah.
Ah.
I thought I would be able to get under that. That's right. I can power jump that. Power jump. That's not a technical term. There we go. All right.
Nice.
I was worried about that again.
I know.
Obviously, there's a lot to keep track of. This takes a long time your first time.
I was gonna ask, so then, are you the kind of player that will redo a level, or a chapter in this case, until you get it, like you're familiar with it to a point where you think you can confidently do it again?
When I'm not speedrunning? Or
Yeah.
just... No. I just beat something and I move on. Speedrunning is very new to me. This is the first game I've ever seriously tried to speedrun. I usually only play the same game twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The only exception to that, frick, would probably be like Dark Souls, which is a game I played a lot of. Up,
I've never
down.
actually played Dark Souls. I've seen a lot of people play.
This room is probably the bane of my existence. I do it first try when the run is like already lost.
Of course, right?
There we go.
Nice.
Hey.
And now we leveled up, and now we have 2 dashes.
Oh, cool.
But yeah. So you really like getting over it?
I do. I feel like I shouldn't. It's so terrible, but I do.
Not to put you on the spot on stream, but We should co-author a paper on games about climbing mountains.
Yes, I'm 100% into that. As someone that likes climbing mountains and also likes games that where you climb mountains, I'm so game.
Okay. 40 minutes and 46 seconds. Reflection went okay. We went from minus 37 to plus 9. All right, but the summit is where you can really, it makes or breaks your run every time.
Yeah.
And so we'll watch it break the run. I love the music in the oh shoot, you can't do that. You got, I did like a side dash instead of an up diagonal. Yep. Not ideal, but we're not dead.
Yeah, I feel like that is ideal. My expectations might just be very low.
Eventually, the better you get, like, anything that loses your time rate is really bad. But since we're dying, you know, we're gonna die, like, you know, a bunch of time. Oh, wait. Normally, I have a dash to dash into that, so I need to focus for a sec, because what the heck was I just talking about? There's like a joke. I was watching a speedrun on ADGQ last night, Awesome Games Done Quick, and someone was like, speedrunners gotta have like that 15-second brain.
Yeah.
Oop, I'm going this way. For a second I thought I was going the other way. There's a challenge here. Yeah, where you're... Oh! And now we gotta wait for this thing.
I think that's another, kind of like, maybe what makes a really good speedrunning game is that you have various options for how you want to progress through a level.
Wow.
It's okay. I have a slow way of doing this. Yeah, I think that can lend itself well. The problem is... Ooh, that worked out.
Yeah.
Wow, we're really sucking right now. Alright. Okay.
Oh.
It's okay. This is a part where I typically don't lose much time on this part. So losing, like, having 1 or 2 deaths isn't the end of the world. There's parts that I lose a lot of time on. So I'm much more worried about those. So we'll see how it goes. Ooh, I didn't mean to do a diagonal up there. Got it. Okay. This one you do just have to wait for. No shame in that one. Gotta get really good at your skipping cutscene games.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite mechanic.
Yeah.
I just love the sound too, just the whoop whoop. If you say that that's not satisfying, you're lying.
You are incorrect.
Oh, we lost that. Good situational adjustment.
I love the simple doorbell.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know why that's here, but I'll take it.
Ding dong.
Ding dong, new level.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really satisfying. You're 100% right.
Mhm. I'm always right.
When you like get into the zone, and it's just like you're trying so hard. I love like having to get into the zone for speedrunning. I think that's really fun. Like the fact that like I'm in the zone.
Yeah. There's just
Sorry, no, that was a joke because like I like died so flippantly.
There's some death zone.
Wait.
Yeah, never specified which one.
Yeah, it is a zone. Ah. It's looks really nice
Get out
outside.
of here.
I know.
Like it's like, you know, gloomy-ish in a way, but it's also just very clear.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes, especially being in Grusin's class, like just watching the fog roll, you're like, oh, there
It's
goes
like,
all visibility, and now it's dark.
there goes all my outside. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss that. I'm good without that.
There we go.
I think my favorite is Stuart's email, saying like, oh yeah, we're in this room. I don't like it.
I don't like it. It's like, well, okay. I see that being
Can I do that
for
too?
now room. We'll just have class in my office. It's fine.
Wow, I've never done that before. Oh, I have done that.
That's so frustrating.
It's okay. That's almost more frustrating. Okay, this room has been like kicking my ass lately. Okay.
Nice.
Are you able to go back? Like, I would love for there to be like ways to just like micro practice rooms.
You can.
Yeah.
What I'll do when I want a micro practice room is like micro practice. I don't know technical term. Is like you can reach the game in like solo play, and then you can just hit the retry button when you get to the end, and it'll set you back up.
That makes sense.
Oh, that was early. Frick. And then there's of course the little noodles on the ground are gonna.
Oh.
Balls.
It's my own fault. There we go. Okay.
This reminds me very much of Super Mario World. Ghost Castle.
Yes, I agree. I think it might be intentional a little bit.
Whatever.
Oh, wait. Wait a minute. How the heck do I do this normally? Alright, must be like this.
I feel like this level makes the rhythm thing all the more apparent.
Yeah, because there's like cycles, right?
Mm-hmm.
There we
Nice.
go.
That was excellent.
Oh, get in there. My face shows my pain. Oh shoot, that's death. Okay.
That's so frustrating.
I don't know why I'm... Okay, well, that was my own fault. Okay. There we go.
Nice.
And there we go. Okay. It's okay. So I'd take it a little slower. Oh, that was late. Okay, that's good. I have a
Nice.
particular timing on that last one that I like to do, and I messed it up. So
I gotta say, this is a very treacherous mountain.
yes.
A lot of mountains are.
It's true. This one doesn't have like a trail association
Yeah.
like set up for it though.
So I carried my momentum between screens there, and normally you can use that to do some, you know, messed up stuff. And by messed up, I mean really good for speed running. You know, like. But there, it definitely did not work to my benefit. So here's one where I just wait. I know I could jump. Whenever I do that, I die. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it the pro strat way. All right, so I think our good friends the snowballs are back.
Hello.
Yep.
And of course, while I'm talking about them, they come murder me.
They heard you were coming.
Oh jeez.
Oh, what?
No. If I had dashed in the right way, shoot.
Watch out for those snowballs.
Don't dash into him.
Christ.
Come here. All right, now another one. Just don't want them ruining my run.
Rude. Oh, that's excellent.
Ooh, that was a little early.
Oh, wow.
Alright. Now up a little bit, and we made it. Okay.
That was super cool.
Thank you. A little early. A little early. You can kind of... I guess that. Oh my. Okay, I've never died that way. Okay, so now we're just gonna take it real slow. There we go.
That was close.
That's not how you're supposed to do that. Or well, I should say that's not the developer intended strat. In theory, the only thing that makes me hesitant to say that is so typically. Oh frick. Typically in speedrunning you can say like, you'd say like, oh, this is not developer intended or whatever, but Celeste was a game made with speedrunning in mind. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I have a dash here. Okay.
So do you need to touch the ground for your dash to reset?
Generally speaking, yes, but there are other ways. So for instance, when I touch the purple thing, or one of those springs, it'll reset my dashes.
Okay.
Whenever I do, like, when I go into the wub 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 things, that'll also reset my dash.
I like the official name.
Are we at the one
So
more?
these
and then
things
we're at
as well
the-
will reset my dash.
Is this the last one before you hit the flags?
Yes, the summit.
Nice.
This, what I call, or what I think of as summit proper. I think of all this as just lame. I don't like this part. It's probably my least favorite part of the game right here, which is funny because the summit is awesome. I love the summit in general, but the summit includes this part, I guess. But I don't know, like this part. Just always I just always get a hiccup somewhere on here that really just impacts my run a lot. Go down. Hit the ledge. Oops.
Man, this is so like Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Platforming games.
But even just like some of the like enemies and obstacles and stuff, like with the little spikes on the walls that kind of move toward you.
Ooh.
We're getting to one of my least favorite rooms in the whole game. I think it's the next room. I'm not positive until I see it. Nope, it's the room after this. I hate this room too. Even though I do pretty well on it. This room. Okay, I actually have been practicing the under the door strat. But I'm not good at it. I can't believe I got that first try.
Yeah, that was very good.
Trust me on this. I wasted so much time on that room. I did a run this afternoon that was looking to be my best run ever, and then, ooh, I can't do that. That's okay. Anyways, and then I got to that room. That's how I would describe that run. Just one jump. Yeah, there we go. Alright, be careful. Don't fall into the spikes. Don't even talk to yourself about it. Just don't do it. Okay. This one, like, not all deaths are equal. Because, like, deaths, like, here are really bad. Because this is a very long room, right? So, like, I have to retrack a lot of stuff that takes a lot of time. There we go.
Nice.
If I fail.
Is this the...
This is it.
The Ultra Summit?
Alright. We're not doing great on time, but we could be doing worse. So from this point, we start to get really crazy wind.
Oh, wow. Hello. Do you have to collect the flags, or is that like a bonus thing?
They're like
They're checkpoints.
Okay.
So you don't have to, but considering how bad I am at this game,
Man, if there are that many checkpoints, this must get dicey.
I never died.
No, D&D gets dicey.
Do you have as many checkpoints?
No, I was making a dice pun.
Oh no! No.
You're welcome.
That's excellent.
Oops. I was trying to do something fancy there. You don't even need to dash onto that, though. There you go.
Ooh, that was close.
Intended.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
I believed you.
I feel like when you're good enough at like speedrunning games, you can just say that.
Oh
Falls to the beginning of the game. Intended.
yeah. Yeah. I love that. That's so satisfying.
That's awesome.
Oh, I almost died. Because I almost didn't grip that wall. All
And then
right.
you started getting exhaustion on that.
Oh, wait, you
This
need...
is like stressful to watch. I can't imagine how you feel.
When the wind works in your favor.
May the wind be ever in your favor.
Sometimes it's working in your favor. I don't know, but just because it's going up doesn't mean it's helping. Because this is my least favorite thing in the game right here. Please, please, please let me have enough stamina. Yes. Alright.
Nice.
Well, I know it's a real run when I beat that part. Until I beat that part, though, I'm like, no way.
Oh no.
Well, that was... I actually misinput my dash there. Oops. Just input it there as well. I was very lucky not to die.
Wow, that was excellent.
But yeah, this is my favorite section. Just this whole section with all the flags. It feels so good to play. I think it's part of why I like speedrunning this game, because it always ends on like this awesome high note.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Go. And that's why we hit the checkpoints.
Yeah.
Take it. Okay. There we go. So we're at 7.
Nice.
We'll see how the last 6 go.
Alright.
6. Last week we had somebody counting along with us as we did this in
Yeah, it was
chat.
fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh shoot. 5. 4. 3. Ooh, sometimes I'll bounce off of that. If you hit it at a certain angle and it's right when it's running out, you'll bounce instead of 1 second, let me focus. Instead of grab, like that, which is what I need to do
Gotcha.
because I'm bad. It was obviously meant to be a diagonal dash. Obviously. Shoot. See, like, I'll beat this my first try like earlier today, and then one missed input will make it so much more difficult. There we go.
2.
And as I noted last week, 1 is a pushover. It's not actually difficult. You're just trying to make it to the top of the mountain at this point as fast as possible. Though you can still die because there are still spikes, but you know, as you can tell, this is not intended to be. That's my personal best.
Nice.
Nice.
Minus 20 seconds.
Yes.
How rewarding.
Now what's the pie look like?
Eric, we're not doing that great at the. Oh, this is my wife. The final summit gets first and best time. Well, I got minus 30 seconds on the final segment, Deb.
Nice.
Let's do another.
Very cool.
Christ.
My hand will hurt after this. I do have to. Actually, I don't have to. Normally, I print screen this. Like, I copy and paste it into Paint and then we save it. But I can just do that because it's on stream. I
Yeah.
can just do that later.
That's true.
Also, now that I'm actually streaming, I can submit these for actual records on the speedrun
cool.
website.
Nice.
Because you need video evidence. I haven't been
That makes
recording
sense.
the other ones. Okay. So 5850 is our new best. 5910.
All right.
We salute you. But I want to get these fine folk out of here before 5:30. Second run takes an hour and 30 minutes. Oh, I just tried to dash. It's funny because then in the beginning here, you don't even have your dash at all. When you just had two
cool.
dashes.
It reminds me of a conversation that we had in Lunch Zone talking about sequels to games where, like, you know, Witcher 1, you get yourself all the way up to a high level, and then Witcher 2, you're back to level 1.
Yup.
Like, that sort of,
It's like, oh, what happened to all of my personal growth?
you know,
Yeah, that's true with a lot of games.
Oh, it's not actually tracking our speedrun. One sec. I'm gonna go ahead and I will restart this run because we only done prologue. It's not like but I save the splits and then I need to like reset it. I don't actually know how to. It's normally easy to do. Oh, close splits. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. All right. Well, I can just open. It's less than 8%. All right, there we go. And then I have to make it smaller. Sorry, everybody. We wasted that bad prologue. All right. And then, oh, darn, now I need to click on this. All right. 32 seconds. Wow, we did the game so fast.
Nailed it.
If anyone wants to speak up from chat, the two of you not watching ADGQ right now, it's probably the worst week to be, because ADGQ isn't just like the biggest speedrunning event of the year. Or Awesome Games Done Quick and Summer Games Done Quick. Sorry, I'm abbreviating them, but maybe not everyone knows what I'm talking about.
you mentioned them and I had no clue what you were talking about.
Now I do.
Yep.
They're awesome. It's a week-long marathon of speedrunning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And like it goes through the night and stuff and everything. And but like all the big speedrunners are there at the same time, you know, it's super entertaining and it's for a great cause because it's all for charity. So
Oh, that's awesome.
like they raised like $3 million, I think,
Wow.
or almost $3 million last time. So like obviously, you know, this is for the preventing cancers. This is the Awesome Games Done Quick, and then Summer Games Done Quick is for a different cause, but I'm having trouble right now.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I highly recommend checking it out.
I definitely
Hey, you got one.
Yeah, and no, the strawberries are purely like
I know.
challenge items. I'm for
Yeah.
Janelle, but sometimes we get them on accident.
That's pretty sweet, though.
I'm so glad you say on accident because when I lived in England, one of my friends was like, "It's by accident,"
Wow.
and I'm just like, "Well, I say on accident because I'm above making mistakes."
I think
I
that
felt so clever
that's
for that.
such a British thing.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Boop boop boop. All right, I like that. Oop, get on there.
I think that's another kind of convention in a lot of speedrunning games. That there is something that is entirely just challenge based, is not integral to the main or run completion. It's just like if you score these, I guess you're extra cool. If you don't, you're fine.
I think another thing that I like about speedrunning is another thing that I like. It's something that I like about rhythm games as well. Is like you could just like it's not like rage quitting, but it's just like oh I died. You know, like I beefed this level. I'm gonna restart and just not even. And same thing like with rhythm games. Like if I don't get the combo by a certain point, I'm like all right, I'm quitting this song and retrying it.
I'm gonna do something else. Yeah.
It was okay. Yeah.
That's cute.
There is a book that I was thinking of recommending for us to read and discuss this month. It's on speedrunning. It's
Is it
basic,
T.L.
like,
Taylor?
No, it's not
Or-
T.L. Taylor. It's I can't remember. Basically, the thesis statement of the book is generally speaking that speedrunning is a way of queering games.
Interesting.
When I suggested to Stuart that not a lot of people have written on speedrunning and it's something that I would like to write right on. He's like, no, someone's already written about it. Like,
Nah.
people in media studies can have like a really weird way of thinking about writing about things that like strikes me as very odd. Like, because like I'm from English and film, and English film everyone just writes about the same films and
Yup, you can write about
It's like
that
the
again.
YouTube comment first.
yeah, exactly. It's like
I was already here.
well, I mean, somebody else has done, T.L. Taylor wrote about esports already, so, there's no reason to write about esports anymore. It's like,
I'm like, but that's not like definitive.
and even if it was, there's still more to say.
Yeah, like there are many. Yeah, I think I.
Though I
agree
like the
with
T.L. Taylor book, I just want to make that clear to the audience.
It's like T.L. Taylor's the best, but I think that you need like a lot of varying voices. And I mean, I come from a literature background where it's
that's
like, I'm
where
sorry,
I come from
like,
too.
yeah, but it's like, yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to write about it again. You
A
will not be the
zombie's
first.
take on Shakespeare.
Oh Lord.
I'm being facetious.
Ooh, oh, shoot.
I know you are, but also, yes. I'm pretty sure that's something I've seen somewhere probably.
Uh-oh. Nah,
Ooh,
got it.
ooh.
So is she trying to catch up to you? Is that
Not only that, she mirrors our movement because she is us, right? She's battling. So... Ooh, uh-oh, that's bad.
Oh.
Actually, it really wasn't that bad. Nope. I
Ooh.
love doing the corner bounce there. I don't even know if it's efficient, but I like doing it. Alright. Almost done with this segment. Have we died? Oh, we did die once, yeah.
Yeah, once I think.
Blah, 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 blah.
The real question is, do I die in this part? Because this is where you lose a lot of time, because this is, again, the long segment. Ah!
So kind of this screen where you have a bunch of versions of yourself kind of following you is what it feels like to play speedrunners, except those are all people you're competing with. So they're not like mirroring your every move, but you're all trying to fit in that same space.
It's like, speedrunner is kind of like Mario Kart, and like in Mario Kart, because you have the ghost, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, shoot. Actually, I guess a lot of racing games have that. I should clarify for our audience what I'm talking about. But it's like the ghost who... Ooh, that was... I don't normally do that part that well. Let's go, 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 go. This is like one of the few moments in the game where like it's just all about pure speed.
Yeah.
It's like there's no. Hey, there we go.
Nice.
Still not under 5, but hey, that's
so
not bad.
what's the kind of narrative here? Why is she climbing this mountain?
Good question. All right, yeah. Let's recap the plot quick before we go to the worst level of the game. So the basic gist of the game. It's kind of like that she just needs to climb the mountain, and that this mountain, Celeste Mountain, is a special place that kind of brings out whatever's inside of you. And so, in this case, it gives life to her, what basically we could call her anxiety or her depression, and that's battling, right? And battling is like sabotaging her the whole way and telling her like, you're not a mountain climber, you can't do this, like kind of this real negativity.
Also ruining her relationship with other people. I think that's an important.
Mm-hmm. And so Madeline just keep trying and trying, and then what happens in chapter 6 in Reflections is that Madeline's like sends you back to the bottom of the mountain, and you have to like kind of reconcile with yourself, right? And you reconcile with Madeline, and instead of being like, no, you need to go, you're terrible, it's kind of more of like a, no, we need to work together, like to get through this. And then after that, you climb the summit. Like that's the end. And that's the gist of the game. You meet this other character, Theo, who you spend a lot of time with. He's not really a love interest though. It's more of just he's a friend who helps you out and like kind of helps you talk through a lot of things. As well as the old lady who in the introduction is kind of antagonistic towards you, but by the end is like also like a good friend.
That's really cool.
And here we're in this hotel. Which is like long since closed.
Interesting.
And there's like, I called him a ghost before, but there's Mr. Oshiro. Why do I even try? And Mr. Oshiro is like, he's so excited that you're here because basically he used to be like the owner of this establishment and like he loved being a concierge or whatever. And now there's, you know, it's like been shut down for a long time. It's dilapidated and there's all this crap here.
Yeah.
Ooh. One sec. This is like one of the more difficult jumps.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I can see why.
Ooh. And so, this is how I normally do this. Okay. So like when you start doing it not the way you normally do, it's just like, oh no.
How do I get out of here?
I don't really like this room very much. I feel
Those walls are just the worst, honestly. Just in terms of spooky factor.
This is called the slow way of doing the room. But hey, I just want to go. All right, and in, and ooh, there we go.
Nice.
That's faster than we did that room last time, at least. So. At least this is a really quick room.
I love that narrative though. Like I have to climb this mountain because I do.
I imagine it's kind of like trying to deal with like personal issues is like most of the plot.
That's awesome.
Kelly made a really good point last week that I hadn't exactly considered in so many words, but basically that throughout the game, like you don't really fight anyone.
Oh yeah.
You just run away from things.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Until you fight Badeline, which we saw, but fighting Badeline is just touching her.
Yeah.
You're just trying to connect with her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're not trying to like defeat her or kill her or anything like that, you know.
Right.
So in
So cool.
in this section where like the hotel is like all cluttered up.
Yeah.
So we clean it up for him basically. Because we're
so cool.
and there's kind of like this narrative of like basically like we're depressed and but we still want to help people and like
The hotel owner is also depressed and lonely.
definitely. There he is, really anxious. We could talk to him and learn more about his anxiety, but I got speedrunning to do.
I don't have time.
Oh,
wow, that was very good.
no, it was. It was something. I don't know about oops. This is a room that is typically giving me trouble.
So tight. That's very cool.
Go down. Okay. This room also never gave me trouble when I was speedrunning this game like badly, and then once I started doing it better, I don't know why, but then it started becoming a lot more difficult. This room, I'm really not being optimal. So you can actually, one of the weird things you can do in this game is you can actually jump off spikes, because if you're not, they count as walls, and they kill you only if you're moving towards them.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can actually, so like if you aren't inputting a direction, you can actually jump off of them, which means that room that we did, that was there a while ago now, but you can actually just jump off the spikes to skip
Oh, that's
much
cool.
of it. But I have not mastered the art. There's a lot of different movements. So for instance, like this, that's a wave dash. And that's that's what I'm focused on trying to get better at right now.
Yeah.
This room is also the bane of my existence. Okay, there we go.
Nice.
This room you can actually skip the first crystal that I pressed with a wave dash, but alas, I've done it, but
Oh, that's so cool.
it's difficult. So there's Theo, in case you're wondering who Theo is.
Okay.
Theo's like, this guy's crazy, we need to get out of here. Oh,
A little bit. I'm with Theo. It's like, sir, are you okay? You've been in this empty
He also
building.
loves taking selfies all the time.
yeah.
Wait, Theo does or the ghost?
Yeah.
Theo.
The guy.
Theo's
Okay.
the guy we saved from the. He was the crystal that we were carrying. He was
Right,
in it.
right.
And I think the idea was that he cares too much about what other people think about him. And hence there's like all these eyes that are like watching you.
Yeah.
Because like the temple is supposed to be like oh frick.
Oh.
Oh no. There we go.
Nice.
And so the temple is supposed to be like a manifestation of yourself, but also he's there, so like it's also a manifestation of his anxieties and stuff.
Oh, okay. So like, how many hours would you say that you've put in on this game?
Probably at this point a good chunk. Probably like around probably around 20 at this point.
Okay.
I think. I know I checked. Oh, that was not ideal.
Very smooth though.
Oh yeah. I checked, like, since I started cataloging the speedruns, I think it's been about 10 hours.
Okay.
But I also played a couple runs without cataloging them with the software. Go. Okay.
Oh, nice.
I love the mechanic of letting yourself fall, because typically, like when you're falling, you have to stop something from happening.
Yeah.
Whereas, like here, like no, that's a part of how you're able to go through and either to beat it whatsoever.
So there I hit retry because it's actually I get the key regardless, and
Yeah.
it's faster to just reset the room.
Mm-hmm. So what's all this black and red stuff supposed to be?
So we don't really know until the very end here. Actually until I think it's after this part. But basically it comes from him. It's like it's a physical manifestation of his anxieties.
Oh, and that's the same guy. I see that now.
Yeah. So this is after like
so
battling.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I can focus on the gameplay if you tell her the plot.
Battling was pretty much like antagonizing him in a way, and saying how like because throughout the entire thing, he's trying to get Madeline to stay in the hotel. But no one else at the hotel. There's no more staff. There's no more guests. So pretty much Madeline just says like a bunch of mean stuff like why would anyone want to spend time with you? Your hotel's a piece of crap, just and when they go that's a really mean thing to say. Madeline goes, well, someone had to say it, and it just makes me think of like the people who go like, well, I'm not being hurtful, I'm just being honest, I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking, just that kind of like camaraderie and assholery.
Yes.
And assuming that everyone else is thinking the same thing, or that it has to, quote unquote, has to be said.
Yeah. That's so sad.
Yup. Nice. Hey.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Wow.
That was stressful. 8:46 is good for me. I mean, there was a time when anything under 12 was good for me there. Okay. The slushers are just as tough because it's got the cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these maps don't have cycles. So cycle in this case is like the thing moving up and down.
Yeah.
So like you have to do like more timing oriented things. In that sense, like you need to make sure and that can be a lot more difficult than because that's not just putting in the inputs then, right? Like here it's just putting in the inputs. Even when the wind is going, it's just putting in the input. Here the old lady basically says, she's like, I don't know if you can do it. There's a shortcut to my driveway if you need it. And she's like, no, I'm gonna do this.
I love the music.
It's so good.
Yeah, this game has one of the best soundtracks. Okay. Intended.
That's like actually one of my favorite parts about playing games like this is when you kind of screw something up as per like your original plan, and in the process discover something way better, like just a better way to move around or get some kind of bonus thing.
That's definitely happened to me before playing this game. I'd be like, oh, I didn't realize I could make like that jump. And
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, well now, how does that change how I'm doing this?
Exactly.
Oh,
That's-
it's not enough.
Oof.
Okay. Wait for it to pick up. Okay. Because you need it to obviously not be glowing to make that last jump
Right.
section. For some reason, I was definitely playing that like I had 2 dashes.
Yeah.
And so I was pretty fortunate to make it. Because there's a lot of parts actually later in the game where you do 2 dashes like that, where it's like you just move straight up. And so I was playing with that mentality. Kind of
Yeah.
like, it can be a little tricky because this is a game where you do gain a significant movement option late in the game. So like switching back to being like, oh yeah, you know.
It's like the opposite of some games. Like I remember I played Resident Evil 5 so fucking much, and like you know, when the first time you play it, you're like naked. Oh, not really, but like, but then if you defeat it on like the hardest mode, then you get the rocket launcher you could use in the beginning and just blow through everything using
excellent.
infinity rocket launchers.
That's amazing.
It's so much fun.
It's like, dude, here's your reward. Nice.
Yeah, my brother got me the Resident Evil 2 remake for Christmas.
That's a good game.
I know. But then my ass went, you know what I need? A new gaming system. Let's get a Switch.
Oh yeah, you got a Switch, right?
Yeah.
Switch
On
is so
top
good.
of getting into Hearthstone. So I'm just like cycling
Oh my
through
God.
systems right now.
I feel that. I have been playing a ton of Hearthstone.
I got you all addicted. I
You
feel, I
really
almost
did,
feel bad.
man.
Oh,
Don't feel
shit.
bad. Don't feel bad. It's excellent. I finally created a deck that worked, like was actually
Nice.
working well, and I got like a ton of wins with it. Felt very strange. Also,
Which
so good.
classes do you play?
It's really just the one right now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was a priest build.
Nice.
I'm like fairly certain it was a priest build. It was a priest build with the Galakron mechanic in
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, Galakron's great.
It's so good.
It was so good. Yeah, like it has worked out. I'm pretty sure it's priest. It was priest with a Galakron mechanic, but it was like a ton of like smaller spells and a handful of really powerful like creatures and beasts and stuff. I don't think I had like one particular kind that
You just entered her
I did. I just want to make sure that this is actually it.
Well, no, I was just joking because my computer informed
Oh.
me. Because like you're one of my favorites, you know, my best friends in the
my
game.
Oops. Oh, cool.
What?
I just got like some December stuff that I obviously haven't opened the game in a minute. But yeah, so it was like a handful of really creatures that had like a strong base power and then a bunch of spells that would help buff them.
Yeah.
So if I pulled like any of my strong creatures, I would already have a ton of low mana spells that would buff them up to like 20/20 or something.
Nice.
Oh, like Divine Spirit Inner Fire.
Or like the
Yes,
double
exactly.
a minion's health and then just give them
Yep,
taunts.
and then that's exactly it. So I would just do combos like that, and that has been working out pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Divine Spirit Inner Fire Priest has been like. A lot of people hate it. I love it. I'm a priest player. Like that's my main class that I have the most wins with.
Yeah.
Let's go.
See, my favorite
Yep,
thing
it's a
to
priest.
do is
Oops.
I'll have 2 saps and 2 assassins as a rogue, and my
Nice.
favorite thing is to sap someone's like high mana thing twice, and then assassinate it, so they bring it out 3 times.
Get wrecked.
And just,
that's awesome.
I'm fairly certain it made them rage quit because like someone just left the game after
no.
that.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point, I had a few matches where, like, I would do that combo, and just they just quit. I was like, oh no.
I don't like quitting even when I'm going to lose because I think it's very satisfying.
I mean, quit or concede? I'm just curious.
Concede.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright.
Because I think it's very satisfying breaking face. So I don't want to deny my opponent the ability to break face.
Mm-hmm. I always have a slight hope that they're not going to notice they're lethal.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's like, oh no.
Alright, we lost a little bit of time there, but
Just a
we're
little.
still doing okay. 2023, sadly not a sub 20, but last time we were at 30 minutes on the dot on chapter 5.
Yeah.
But so
I
you
feel
see
like
my
that's also
go ahead.
true. Like in real life.
I'd say at my level it is completely okay to concede, but I totally get where you guys are coming from when you're talking. Oh wait, what am I doing? That was the least efficient way to get through that room. But I find that interesting as a concept. Like the hero portrait is satisfying to see destroyed. So like I want them to have that. I don't mind. I'll sometimes if I don't know they have lethal or something, I won't concede or whatever. But go.
Nice.
See, that's what I mean by the rhythm, right? And a lot of times that's what speedrunning can be, right? It's about that rhythm.
Yep.
Oh, let's do the thing where we get stuck in the ceiling again.
Yeah, there are certain corners and maps on speedrunners that it's if I don't hit it right, I know I'm either not gonna make it at all, because in speedrunners, if you get caught off the screen, that's how you die, and the screen is just constantly moving with whoever's in first place. It's if I hit a turn wrong or I miss my grapple, I may as well just start over.
Uh-oh. There's no way.
Oh no.
So normally
Farewell.
you jump up here.
Goodbye.
Oops. Shoot.
Yeah, I think these bubbles are my second favorite thing. First one being the wub wub.
The wub wub is really good. I like the bubbles and the feathers.
Yeah.
I didn't realize until now that you were still controlling the bubbles. I thought they were on a kind of automatic track.
Nope. Yeah, you.
And holy shit, that's hard.
Likely with the bubbles, you only have to input the direction once.
Oh,
so
okay.
Just up, and then it goes up. It's not, the feather is the one where you have to keep controlling it.
Right.
I like it when they give you places where you can go really quickly and it doesn't require a lot of skill to but you're surrounded by dangerous things like those narrow drops with the spikes on either side. You don't have to do anything, but you're navigating that dangerous space with very little to do.
I think that also feels very realistic to being in actual physical situations like that. If you've ever gone mountain climbing
my gosh,
or
I didn't
hiking.
think it. I was out of time there. Go ahead, continue your thoughts.
Yeah, just if you've ever gone mountain climbing or hiking or something, it's that's so true. Some of the hardest things are where you're just surrounded by challenges and your best course of action is to move very slowly.
Yep. I'll never forget it doesn't really have anything to do with difficulty, but I remember I really wanted to get to the summit of this one. It was a small mountain. I wasn't going mountain climbing.
Sure.
I was able to do it in boots. Not
bad. Yeah.
And I was going alone because the rest of my friends wanted to stay in the city. And I was I'm going to go and see this rock at the top of the mountain.
Nice.
And I get to the top of the mountain and I realize I climbed the wrong fucking mountain.
No! What mountain was it?
It was in Iceland, and it was just, and they were two, and the trails kind of diverged, and I just didn't read the maps carefully enough.
I feel that. Same thing has happened to me also with a small mountain, because Minnesota doesn't really have mountains. Northern Minnesota has baby mountains. But we were doing that, got to the top, said, this isn't really the top I was looking for. look across and say, "That's the top I was looking for."
Yup.
Like, well, guess I'll just go do that now.
Yep, that's what I did. I ended up climbing down, ended up in someone's backyard somehow, because, I mean, well, they just lived on the mountain, they had no fence. I'm like, oh, sorry, friend,
Hello.
I'm just passing through. They weren't there.
In
Which is
Iceland,
That's
the
good.
people would probably not be so mean.
That's
No.
so true.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, 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 no,
Here
no.
it's like, get off my property
Yeah.
you intentionally walked on, obviously.
You have intended to kill me.
Yeah, it's like, nope, I'm actually just walking. I feel like this is one of the hardest parts. Without actually playing it, I feel like this is very difficult because of the squids.
The squads.
No,
I
don't
do
come
like
back. Darn it. I like it when he stays over there. Like, I like to deal with him on one part. Like, I'll deal with him in the beginning and the end.
Oh.
Oh.
My favorite thing is, you know that, like, you're in trouble when, like, Eric stops mid-sentence, like...
It's
I
like
had to
something
know-
dangerous is happening.
Yo. Haha, I'm in trouble.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Time to do this skip. So normally you'd have to collect 2 keys to get to here.
Right.
But, as noted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, I don't want to dash right away because this thing will move and then it creates a problem. Oh shoot, I didn't want to do that dash. Okay, good, we made it. Last time we actually died here, which is funny because this is not a you die a lot part. Because you can tell he just kind of is just too far behind you.
Yeah,
Okay.
he just keeps getting stuck.
Oh, wait, there's a. Okay, I don't even know if I needed that. I have to maybe optimize that room a little bit.
What do those do?
1 second.
Yeah.
What do?
The little tokens that you grab.
Oh, they refreshed your dash.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
Little friend.
Ah, darn it. I'm trying to do this special technique.
Yep.
So why is Theo in this ice block?
Because he's trapped by his own expectations.
Huh.
At least that's how I read it.
Mm-hmm.
It's literature. Who knows what it means.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, they're still back for more. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
We gotta move fast.
nice. Oh.
Christ.
Ooh. You know what though? I'll give Theo credit. At least he's not like that princess from Ocarina, because he'll do something. Like you can at least throw him on stuff.
Oh no, you had to throw her onto stuff too.
He has to throw her like on the switches, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fair
that's
point.
new. Oh, God.
All right, Theo's
Ah.
as much of a loser then.
No, I like Theo.
Nah, Theo seems good.
He's
Not
very
again.
sassy.
Just.
Like my favorite thing about him is like he goes like, "Oh, I'm from the very exotic, far off lands of Seattle."
This takes place in Canada, by the way.
That makes sense, yeah. The little postcard had a Canadian sticker on it.
Get out of here. Nope. Yes.
Oh.
Thank you,
Get
game.
wrecked.
I love that.
Oh, that was a way to get through that I have not
Wow,
done, and
that
it
was
worked
very
out so
cool.
well. All right. Last room. Sub 30 is a possibility, but let's not jinx it because, I mean, let's be honest. I could just die here. I want to jump on his head. Ah, darn it. Okay.
What? You were on his head.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, but your vote doesn't matter.
I hear that a lot from election season.
It is that time
All
of year.
right.
It's that time of year where everyone's like, no.
Hold on, I'm just being.
Ooh.
Your vote matters. Don't let Kelly convince you otherwise. Come on. That's right. Under 30.
Nice. Beautiful.
It was a good Previous segment was -1 minute on, I guess, my personal best. I'm starting to doubt if that is my personal best, or if that's or if it's comparing it to my, sorry, not my best segment, but my best run.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see at the bottom the sum of best segments. That is like if I were to do every chapter at my absolute peak.
That's what it would be.
Right.
It would be at 54 minutes now, which I want to get to under 55 because like now that I've beat. Oh yeah, I don't know if Janelle, like my initial goal was to get under an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we've done that, which is awesome, I'm glad. Now I guess it's just 5-minute increments. So we'll see if we can get to 55.
Nice. I think that part that you just did was one of my favorites.
The temple?
That scene right before this one. I don't know if that was.
Oh, where we were just flying through.
Flying around, yeah. With like the little campfire at the bottom. Very cute.
Nope. I need you to take me this way. I'm glad I'm doing that section better. I used to have a really hard time on that section, so that's good.
Such a good sound.
Yeah, that's actually the voice of the sound designer.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they're called Matt Blocks, named after him. Oh jeez, oh jeez.
Nice.
That was not the way I normally do that. Let's just be clear. Oh, and up, and dash, and up, and over, and up a little bit, and down a little bit, then jump. Okay.
Nice.
Wait, is it up, down, up? I guess.
Yep.
That time it looked
Bam.
like down would have been better to go start, but okay. That was kind of
That
funny.
was super smooth though.
Thank you. This was a bad idea.
Sorry.
It's okay. There we go.
Nice.
No, get up there. Okay. That room took longer than normal, but still, that's not a room that, even when it takes longer than normal, takes much time.
Yeah.
There's certain rooms, like I've noted, that are like, they're the run killers. Like, if you keep dying on, like, the last room of this level, like, that's a good, that's like a room that takes a while. But if you keep dying on this parts, you're gonna regret it too. Come on. Let me in.
Crying.
I know what I should have done. I was being a little silly.
Ooh, nice. Wow, that was very good. I feel like this is the level that I would struggle with the most. Nice.
Alright, let's see if this one can go
Oh,
better
yeah.
than last time. Diagonal. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, we almost hit that spike anyways. Alright. Now we go like this. Get this feather. Go in the middle. Go up.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Old lady tells us to go talk to ourselves.
I really appreciate the kind of like narrative summary.
Yeah.
It's like old lady does this.
I love the little tentacle thingies just disappearing.
Get to
Especially
ride with this guy.
at the end where you're going to the right
Mm-hmm.
and it's disappearing.
You're like chasing it away almost.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Whereas like here, you're not specifically chasing them away. They just have. Whoa, nice.
Ooh.
Last time we actually had to skip that because I was having trouble with it. Come on.
The music stops when you're underwater. That's so good. I really appreciate like thoughtful sound design like that. It's like, hey, that's like really nice. Bye.
Yeah, this part.
Awesome.
It's like, oh, look at how nice it is behind all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Oh, nice. So you can bonk her like in any way, I guess?
You just have to touch her.
Okay.
The narrative here is like she's saying like, don't come any closer.
Ah.
And you're just saying like, we need to talk.
Step one.
Note that in the previous scene you did say like, we don't need you anymore. And so like she's feeling like, you know, you're trying to like hurt her. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like why should she trust you basically? I think it's like literally a line she says.
Huh. Damn.
Uh-oh. This is a room that the timing is different. Okay.
Got him.
Winning, so worked out.
Cool.
I hate the balls. I like that she switches to the laser at the end because if she stayed on the balls, I'd probably die way more often.
Yeah.
Game developer,
Yeah,
if you're watching, please do not take note.
Thank you for your choice.
Wait a second. Okay, and I gotta get there fast because she starts shooting the balls right away.
Nice.
Shoot, I've been trying to figure out a way to do that one better because I want to get there before she starts shooting those balls because that can be tricky. But the problem is when I just dash forward, I overshoot on the. I overshoot on it, and so then I tried to dash backwards and then jump forward, but then I didn't have enough air time. Oops. One sec. This requires some fine movement.
Have either of you watched Gravity Falls?
No, but I could see the aesthetic similarities.
Yeah.
Catherine, she's an MA.
So you also kind of heat seek on her. Go ahead.
I forget which plan, but she is a huge Gravity Falls person, and she has
Nice.
a bunch of stuff on her thing.
So good. Gravity Falls.
Is the word I'm looking for.
The word. The magic word. Yeah. Gravity Falls, very good. Highly recommend. Reminds me a lot of this.
I feel like Gravity Falls and
Wait a
Steven
second.
Universe are like two sides of the same cartoon for me.
I haven't seen very much of Steven Universe, but like just from what I do know, I think I'd agree with that.
Steven Universe is like my favorite show.
Oh my god, that one. Everyone can be a mountain climber.
That's what normally happens. Not 2 times in a row, though. There we go.
Nice.
Up. Sometimes I'll just like to take my time on those, because you just don't want to die to some degree. Wait for it. We got this. Okay. Sometimes I'll have to go down there. Ooh, I just like
Oh, that
skipped
was
jumping on
very
something.
good.
Oh! Intended.
It's part of the original vision.
This part's awesome too. Love that. Okay, here we go. I keep dying there because I overjumped the initial one, and then because I got the momentum from the previous room. Up.
Oh, nice.
Yes, that was first try. This was a really at least I think. Okay, hold on. Let's get through that. I think this was a very good. We might be sub 40.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready for a really crummy summit. I'm definitely not doing like the advanced strats on summit this time. Just do the safe stuff. Okay, you just gotta pause and quit out the scene the second she lands, and then that's the end of the chapter.
Nice.
All right,
Beautiful.
38-33. That's minus 2 minutes on last time, which was my personal best. So
Excellent.
now we'll see how well we can do. Under 10 for chapter 6, and under 40 overall. That's pretty good. Pretty good. All right.
Here we go.
I'll see you guys at the top. Actually, a big thing about this game is just breathe, Madeline. Theo actually teaches you how to deal with a panic attack via breathing by watching a feather float, or by making a feather float on your breath, or imagining that your breath is holding a feather up. And I find that when I'm playing the game, I breathe. I suddenly have these moments where I'm like, just breathe, Eric. Pretty good for the first section, but let's be honest, there's a lot more than that first section that I gotta do still.
True. This is such an industrial mountain.
Well, this is the city that, like, the abandoned city that we went through in the first real level. Which way? I was really like, which way am I going here? Because here you have to go the other way. That was so funny. Alright.
Nice.
Well, I didn't make any social media posts for this shoot. I meant to, and then we were running a little bit late. I blame Kelly.
Well, our lateness was my fault.
It was, yeah, but the lag of social media posts was not. No wonder Chad has been so absent.
I mean, I did talk to Leia that we were streaming today, so...
She was streaming right before we started, so... Oh. I normally don't do what I just did. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty solid.
Have we had a death? Yeah, we did die
yes.
that one time. Alright, so here you want to quit the cutscene right when you see two of them. I think you might be able to do it right before then, but I don't know the timing, and I don't want to accidentally hit retry.
Yes. Oh no, that'd be so bad.
Because they're the same, like, thing.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
That was beautiful.
It's just so good.
Get this for that spring. Because normally I don't use that spring, but that was a special circumstance. Okay. There we go. I hate this part. Yep. I shouldn't even said I hate this part, because then it would have exacted its revenge on me.
Of course.
Chance to stretch out those fingers a little bit.
Nice.
Oh.
Why does that happen sometimes?
Nice.
Oh, shoot! I knew you heard me go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
before I
Yep.
even moved.
Yep.
What was that reading that we did for Grusin where, like, the 0.6 process, the half-second
Oh yeah.
processing?
Yes. Ooh. Nice.
Ding dong.
Ooh.
That was really funny
Good.
to me, if you could not tell.
Yeah. Good timing. Nice.
Okay, I beat that run first try. I'm happy. I don't care what happens the rest of this whole run. Oh. This room is actually pretty tricky too. So
Yeah. Nice.
this room is also pretty tricky. According to last year's, I watched the ADGQ from last year, and this is evidently the task runner's least favorite. Do you know what a task is?
No.
A tool-assisted speedrun. So what that is, basically, it just means where somebody's input all of the things into a computer. Oops.
Uh-huh.
One sec. Maybe a little too complicated of a thing for me to talk about
Yeah.
right now, I guess. But, that was really
That
close.
was really good. Oh, nice.
Fuck.
You guys make me feel so good at this game. I mean, I guess I
It's
can't
so
be that
close,
bad,
though.
because, like, I am speedrunning the game, and I'm not, you know, I'm doing okay. Thank you. Wait a sec. What the heck? You're supposed to... Darn it.
Oof.
The timing was off there. It must have been my bad.
Nice.
Got it. Okay.
Nice.
Now we have one more really hard pre-true summit part, and then we're good.
The win.
This part's also just pretty long, I feel.
Yeah.
Feels like, oh, we have so many more ideas we can do with this win. Oh, normally I do that differently, but that's like the slow way is what I just did. I like having a second jump sometimes. Most of the time you need it to complete something, but that just happened to be an instance where you don't. Oh, oh,
Oh, wow.
okay. We take those.
We take them as they come. Nice. Oh. Oh.
I tried to duck under that. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Come here, Snowball. Alright. Sounds like a really bad insult.
Yeah. So you really told that guy.
Little Snowball.
Oh, nice.
Oh man.
That was some good, quick thinking.
See, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's an area where you... This and the end of this one are areas where you do the double jump to go straight up.
Right.
At the very end.
I do like that you can just kind of stand off to the side, though.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah.
seems like a nice alternative.
Yeah.
Just inch one way or the other.
That
What?
was way too close.
Oh, man.
I love this part. When I do it well.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Every
That
part,
looks very
every part is
satisfying.
not fun when you do it poorly. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so I need to just time my jump a little better. I want to like land right up at the top there.
Nice.
Oh, I did this. I did it again where I used my dash here. Not that it's a big deal because you can just do that, but that's not my normal way of doing it. I made that mistake last time. It's just putting in a diagonal input. Oh, my timing's gonna be messed up with the wind now. Okay, it's not too messed up. The first time I did this, I died so much in this last part, which is really annoying, obviously, to die in the last part of anything. That was actually that was pretty okay for that part. Now we got this part, which is nominally easier than it's like kind of the calm before the final part.
Yeah.
But there's some parts that can really trip you up. So let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Nope. Oh shoot. Now I need to wait for it to come back. Actually, I didn't, because it actually will give you the full speed boost even if it goes like only a little bit. I was trying to grab the. We got this. Do we? Oh. This is actually still possible, thank goodness, without that extra jump. I usually use that extra dash to make it faster, but hey, I just want to... Oh, that's actually...
Nice.
Oh, that was an accident, but it was definitely a faster way of doing that, which is to click that thing that normally you have to wait. You normally have to wait for that, but if you could click it before you get the key. I never thought to do that, so that way...
Nice.
Alright, we're doing this the safe way. Doesn't mean it's any easier. First try, okay. You know, I'll take first try, safe way. The thing is I die on the safe way a lot. That's why I was really looking into, like, because you don't actually need to hit those switches, crazy as it sounds. Like, the pro strat is to just jump through the level.
Man.
Okay.
That requires some very conscientious timing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that was pretty good.
Nice.
Alright, now let's do the summit.
Here we go.
This is still my favorite part of the game. Downdraft now. We actually died on that flag last time, so that's good. That we've already improved a little bit. Though, like I said, that we did last time we beat a part that I always have trouble with on our first try. So let's wait until we get past that.
Nice.
My finger was slipping off the thing.
My favorite.
Nice. Yeah, that is so good.
Shake your hand out a little bit. Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
I was close to death. Yeah, I was busy thinking about how close I got to death there. Those are actually our first 2 deaths, or first 3 now. Alright, there we go. Focus back in. Good stuff.
Nice.
Gotta do a diagonal input there. Alright. So far, so good.
love that rhythm.
That syncopation.
No, the rhythm of you
Oh,
jump.
I thought you were talking about the
grab.
music.
No, sorry.
Yeah, I
jump
like that
grab.
rhythm too. Aw, that's too bad. I almost made the same mistake again. Ooh.
Nice.
Christ.
Nice.
Not intended, at least not as intended, but it worked out.
Yo.
Nice.
Under
Sub
55.
55.
That's way better than our last one too.
Shit.
We
Nice.
just look at our last 3 chapters. 50, minus 50, minus 2, minus 4
Yeah.
minutes on
That's
our previous
excellent.
record.
How do you feel?
Nice.
I feel good. That was really fun.
Now you gotta beat 50.
That is, I want to.
Just keep going down.
54, 22, 87.
Nice.
Awesome job.
Yeah, now we gotta.
Yeah.
Now the aim is 50, I guess. We know it's gonna suck aiming for 50 and like not even getting like an hour. I just wanted you guys to go home as fast as possible. You know, I was really looking out for you guys. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna save this screenshot.
Yeah, for sure.
For my personal purposes.
Mhm.
All right, I can paste that in the paint later though.
Nice.
All right, we're a little over time. Thank you guys for
Hell
humoring
yeah.
me and watching me play Celeste 2 times in a row. How about we do speedrunners next week?
Yeah, sounds good
And we'll
to
see
me.
if I can curb it down to 50 minutes on stream for in 2 weeks. How's that
Excellent.
sound?
That sounds
Sounds
perfect.
I try to do at least 1 run every day to keep myself fresh, but I feel
Nice.
good. I think I play better on stream. I'm actually like less nervous, which doesn't make sense because I think I would like, but like at the end there, like there was a moment where I was like, my heart is starting to pound. I'm like, don't, just chill.
Leave it.
And then like I only died on that one part in the whole last 30, so that was really
yeah,
good.
no, that was very, very good.
All right, now I want to go home and eat dinner.
Yeah.
All right.
I know that feel.
Thank you for joining us. You guys have a fantastic evening. Please check out Awesome Games Done Quick. It's only going from today until like Saturday evening. I think maybe Sunday. No, I think it's Saturday because it started on Sunday. There's streaming games every day. You can also watch VODs on YouTube if you'd like. I'll just as some quick recommendations. The Fallout run from yesterday was really good. And it was like all the Fallout games in like 2 hours, which is
Wow.
really crazy.
What?
And there was also, I watched a run of Doom, the new one from 2016, 100% on the second highest difficulty. And the crowd and the streamer were just all really in on it. Like, they were all really excited about the run. Rip and tear, was they just kept saying
Oh,
over
that's
and
so
over.
cool.
It's really funny. One of the best jokes from it was that Doom is a point and click adventure. Like, because you point and click on
Yeah.
things. But I really recommend checking it out. It's for a good cause. Donate money to charity. You know, all that good stuff. See you later, alligators.
Bye, folks.
Peace out.